Good afternoon, everybody. Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me today. It's a pleasure to be with all of you. I suppose before I talk about broadband, I just want to take a moment to recognize what an incredible accomplishment it was last week to get the bipartisan infrastructure bill accomplished. I can tell you, prior to this job, I was governor of Rhode Island for 6 years, and every year we were told an infrastructure bill was around the corner. It's going to come, Governor. The infrastructure money's coming. But of course it never did. And President Biden delivered. President Biden stepped up. He led. None of this could have been done without his leadership. He was so personally engaged, working across the aisle to compromise, to get results, to deliver for the American people, and that's what happened. And I don't think we can underestimate the impact of this. The Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act will help Americans and deliver for Americans. As it relates to the Commerce Department, it is going to enable us at the Commerce Department to fund key priorities that will have very tangible positive impacts for American workers and businesses. Just to tick off a few things, it's substantial funding for NOAA to increase climate resiliency and restore and improve coastal habitats. It is, very excitingly, permanent authorization for the Minority Business Development Agency and $1.6 billion to that agency. MBDA, which resides in the Commerce Department, is the only federal agency solely focused on promoting the growth, development, and resiliency of minority-owned businesses. So it's pretty incredible. But today I'm going to focus particularly on broadband, as Corinne said. President Biden has set a very ambitious goal for his administration that we must connect all Americans, regardless of where they live, to high-speed, affordable internet. And thanks to the passage of the bill, we will be able to accomplish just that. The Infrastructure Investment Act allocates $65 billion to expand broadband in communities all across America, to create low-cost options and subsidize the cost of service for those who need it. Of that $65 billion, about $45 billion will be coming to the Commerce Department at NTIA to administer that program. I will say this is an area that I am particularly passionate about, having been a governor during the pandemic and being with people who didn't have broadband, children who couldn't go to school, people who couldn't go see a doctor or a therapist. It is heartbreaking, and it showed in a very real and human way how essential broadband is. And the fact of the matter is we have to close the digital divide, period. And this infrastructure bill will allow us to do that, and the $48 billion coming to the Commerce Department will allow us to do that. Beyond the physical infrastructure, laying fiber, affordability is just as important. Affordability is just as important as access. It does a family no good if there's broadband in their community but they can't afford it. Closing the digital divide means both providing the broadband and making sure it's affordable. So the investments in this bill will help ensure every American can access affordable high-speed internet, which means requiring funding recipients to offer a low-cost affordable plan. Everyone who gets a penny of this money is required to offer a low-cost affordable plan. Provide federal funding for broadband services to low-income families, requiring providers to be transparent about pricing to help families do comparison shopping for services where they have competitive options. I will confess this is going to be a massive undertaking for the Department of Commerce, but we're up for it. We've been planning for months, and we're up for it. We plan to work in close collaboration with states, counties, cities, community-based organizations, and the private sector in partnership to develop grant programs which will ensure that we roll this out in an efficient manner. Broadband is the gateway to economic opportunity, and so in order to open that gateway, we're putting equity at the center of everything we do. I will say, to truly transform our economy into one that works for all Americans and one that will make our country more competitive on the world stage, we have to make investments in a way that is equitable and just. And we view this lens across all of the work we do at the Commerce Department, and it will be particularly front and center with the broadband work that we will be doing. It will not be easy. This will be technically difficult. It's an implementation challenge, but it is necessary. It is necessary, and I know that implementing this in partnership with our partners on the ground, we will be able to close the digital divide, close the innovation divide, and achieve the President's goal of making sure that every American, regardless of where they live, or the color of their skin, or their income, has access to broadband. And I will say, 30, 40, 50 years from now, we will look back on this as the turning point, as a critical turning point, because now that we're moving even more towards a digital economy and a data economy and a tech economy, nobody can be left behind, and that means everybody has broadband. And due to the President's leadership, we're going to be able to deliver on that. So with that, I will turn it over to you.